Alright, hello everyone, it's Happy, and today we're going to be breaking down the T22 Medium and actually looking through Wargaming's quick trick to definitely find out whether or not this tank was buffed or nerfed. Quick heads up, this tank was indeed nerfed and not really buffed. Even though on paper it's a buff, in reality it's technically a nerf. So let's get right into it. Let's look at the actual nerfs that this tank has gotten, right? So the main one is definitely going to be the reload time nerf. So the reload time before was 5.3 seconds. Now it is 5.47 seconds. Now this basically drops the DPM down from 3,500 plus to 3,398. So 100 points on the DPM has been lost. On top of that, the shell velocity has dropped by a very insignificant amount on pretty much every single shell type, except for HE. That's where the most significant shell velocity drop was, but in AP and heat, it was not too bad. So in this regard, we can see that the biggest nerf towards this tank was the DPM nerf, which lost this tank 100 points in regards to DPM. Now, when we look at this tank and its buffs it received, we are going to be seeing that the top forward speed was buffed from, guess it, 55 kilometers to 56 kilometers. Woo! 1 kilometer per hour in addition to what it had before. 55 to 56. This has to be some sort of joke. Now listen to this. The engine power has been buffed from 650 horsepower to, what do you guys think? 670. Are you kidding me? Is this a buff? You will never feel this. You will never, ever feel this. This is so insignificant. Now, the more significant change, some people will say, is the upper plate armor buff, which got pretty good effective thickness now. Because back in the day it was 228 millimeters, now it's 251 in effective thickness, right? So the 100 millimeter plates turned into 110 millimeter plates in regards to its base thickness. Now, does this mean the T22 changed when it comes to the armor profile? No, not at all. Nothing changed, and this tank is basically the same as before. In my previous video, I really thought that the T22's armor was buffed up by a lot, but I was more or less misled by earlier screenshots. But now looking at more updated results, I can definitely see that the armor profile has not changed at all for the T22 Medium. Like seriously, like frontally, nothing much has really changed regarding this tank. Everyone will still smash through your upper plate, the lower plate as well, and your signs, of course, are still as troll. So even though technically this tank got a mobility buff, it doesn't matter because it doesn't count at all. And the upper plate buff, well, the plate buff also technically looks crazy good on paper, but in reality, again, it's not a real buff. It's not existent. Let's say you have a tank that has a very weak lower plate. For example, let's imagine that the E100 had a 10 millimeter, lower plate. Just imagine. Now Wargaming are going to say we're going to nerf the lower plate from 10 millimeters to 1 millimeter. Is this really going to make that big of a difference, even though everyone can pen it already? No, not really. So it's not really a nerf. Same in this case. It's not really a buff if the T22 Medium didn't really receive a buff that would be applicable in game. So again, the only applicable change that the T22 has received from this whole update was the shell velocity decrease on HE shells and the DPM nerf from 3,500 to 3,398. So this is the only difference in, major noticeable difference on the T22 Medium in the upcoming update. Therefore, I'm going to conclude that even though on paper this tank technically got a buff, in reality this tank got a big fat nerf right in the face in a way that basically cut off this tank's reload time / DPM. So that's that. Apart from that, the T22 Medium has not changed, and it will not change in the upcoming update, of course. So that's all I have for you guys today. Smash the like button. Tell me in the comment section what you guys think. And don't forget to join my Discord in the comment section. First comment pinned. Happy is out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.